Hello everyone, this is Meredith Wyatt with the National Weather Service in Peachtree City here with your weekly weather briefing. So overall, we're looking at dry and cool weather to continue through most of the weekend. There will be a potential for some frost Friday morning and Saturday morning, given our temperatures in the low to mid 30s. There is still some uncertainty regarding our next chance for rain early next week. Otherwise, we're still looking at cool, dry, and breezy conditions through the extended period. So taking a look at our general pattern through Saturday or through most of this weekend, the storm system that brought us that rainy, dreary weather the past few days continues to travel northeast to the northeast part of the country. You can see that here on the surface map. So today we can still expect continued cool, cloudy and breezy conditions, maybe a few sprinkles out there across parts of northeast Georgia as far south as the metro. Otherwise, just cool and cloudy. And then high pressure will begin to move into the region and take up residence across much of the southeast through this weekend. So, talking about our frost potential. So there is a possibility for some patchy frost tomorrow morning, that's Friday morning. However, winds will remain elevated and there is a possibility for some lingering cloud cover, which would likely inhibit more widespread frost development. However, as high pressure begins to move into the region, skies are going to begin to clear and winds will begin to slacken, and that will allow for our temperatures to drop into the low to mid 30s, particularly on Saturday morning, so 2 mornings from now. So more widespread development is more likely Saturday morning, especially across much of north and western Georgia, generally along and north of that I-85 corridor. So you can see here on this image the probability of low temperatures less than 36 degrees on Saturday morning. So you can see those higher probabilities in those oranges and yellow colors centered across, again, much of western and northern Georgia. So there is a high likelihood that we hoist a frost advisory for these locations for Saturday morning. So be on the lookout for that. So what about freezing temperatures? So Saturday does look to be our coldest morning over the next several days. So locations in northeast Georgia are, at least for now, are looking more likely to see temperatures at or below freezing. So this image here is showing our probability of low temperatures less than 32 degrees, again, for Saturday morning, November 1st. So you can see those higher probabilities in those orange and yellow colors, again, largely concentrated in northeast Georgia, namely those higher elevations in the mountains. So regardless, it is going to be quite chilly on Saturday morning. So definitely something to keep in mind if you're getting out and about early in the morning. So as far as our rain potential for this next week, we have another weather system that will be moving through the region between Sunday and Monday. And unfortunately, there's still a large amount of uncertainty with how this system is going to evolve in its specific track. So, and that will determine whether or not we receive rain or we remain relatively dry. So there is generally low confidence right now. And this little loop that I'm showing is our rainfall probability in a 6-hour time interval, and this is for probability of rain greater than 1/10 of an inch. So as you can see, these deep purple colors, very low probabilities overall across north and central Georgia during this time frame from early Sunday morning through early Tuesday. So definitely something that we will continue to be keeping our eyes on as far as timing and how much rain we receive, if any. So we will continue to keep you guys updated about that as that potential still lingers again late this weekend into early next week. Okay, so kind of again looking at probabilities in more of a numerical format. So once again, light rain may return late Sunday through early Tuesday, but otherwise it's going to be dry through most of the period. So you can see here, again, between Sunday and Tuesday, again, very low probabilities, generally between 10 to 20% chance for any amount of rain there. So very low probabilities, and then dry the rest of the time. And so looking at forecast rainfall over the next 5 days, so again, looking numerically, so we have that, system that will be moving through the area late this weekend into early next week. And so overall, we see it totals a tenth, maybe up to a quarter of an inch. So very, very, very light rainfall expected overall if this system does bring us any rainfall at all. So again, still a lot of uncertainty with how this is going to play out. And even if we do get rainfall, as you can see here, not going to amount to much, unfortunately. So looking at our temperature forecast for the next 7 days, I've got our maximum temperatures on the left and our minimum temperatures on the right. So for high temperatures, we can see highs remain 5 to 15 degrees below normal before we start to warm just ever so slightly in the mid to upper 60s into the low 70s as we enter into next week. And then you can see our low temperatures, lowest Friday morning, Saturday morning, and then kind of becoming more near normal, so in the 40s, mid to upper 40s through the remainder of the period. And so in speaking of rain, that will lead us to our drought update. So largely unchanged. This is the latest drought monitor issued yesterday, or I'm sorry, 2 days ago. So again, not much change here. We still have that extreme drought, or that D3, across portions of western Georgia and parts of the metro, as well as across southern Georgia. And so, as we know, rainfall has remained well below normal since early September. And again, we're not expecting anything substantial in the foreseeable future, even if we do get rainfall late this week into early next week. So again, not doing much to help improve the ongoing drought across much of the state. So taking a look at our tropical weather outlook, we have Hurricane Melissa, which is currently a Category 2 hurricane with 105 mile per hour sustained winds and a central pressure of 965 millibars. It's currently tracking north-northeast at 24 miles per hour, and this is per the 11 a.m. advisory issued by the National Hurricane Center. Little change in strength is expected today at least, and it is likely that a weakening trend is going to begin tomorrow. That's Friday. And we are still not anticipating any impacts to north and central Georgia from this storm, and additionally, no other tropical activity is expected in the next 7 days. So taking a look at our temperature and precipitation outlook for the period of November 4th through November 8th, so much of next week. As far as temperatures, temperatures are favored to be near normal. So you can see a large chunk of the western U.S. is well above normal. We are expected to remain high and low temperatures near normal for that period. And as far as precipitation goes, generally near normal to wetter than normal across much of north and central Georgia for next week to start us off in November. That is all I have for you today. Please don't hesitate to contact us with any additional questions or concerns. Otherwise, I wish everyone a happy Halloween and a great rest of your week into the weekend and first start of November.